Welcome to our new van.
Woo! This is the third day of us actually pursuing the sale of the car. There was a lot of research that went into it, obviously weeks and weeks beforehand.
And today we finally had everything aligned with the insurance company, the credit union, and the dealership. So we're kind of making it all happen right now, and we'll get the van soon.
We just got the loan check, and it's the biggest check that I've ever held in my hands before.
Fortunately, it's not going to us.
No, it's going straight to the dealership, but still kind of exciting. Now we have to head to Bank of America to get the cashier's check for the down payment on the car. So that's step number 2, and then after that, we're heading to Queens to the dealership. So we just stopped by the bank and picked up the cashier's check.
So one of my mom's best friends works at the bank we were just at, and I love seeing people's reactions when I say that we're buying a cargo van because they get really weirded out and like, what the hell? But then you explain that we're gonna convert it into a camper van, then everyone gets on board and is really excited about it and loves the idea. So I'm not gonna get bored of telling people though that we just bought a cargo van because that's fun.
Finally, we have checks in hand, and we will just go pay them, do the paperwork, and drive off the lot. And we'll have a new van.
Semi-new, it's a 2019.
It's got 7,000 miles on it.
Is it a 19 or a 20?
19.
Okay.
Here we go, Queens Boulevard. Hey, slow down here, Spocky.
You're lucky I like you.
There she is, Crimson.
Just about final. We've been doing all the paperwork, and hopefully we can drive out of here soon.
She is.
Yep. And then you have the tools here.
Oh, we got a van.
We got a van.
Look at her. She's
The
a
first
beaut.
journey will be taking it back to Long Island, where it will rest until we convert it. All right, we're ready to go.
How's she driving?
She purrs. I mean, I'm excited to insulate the back so that it's not so loud back there, but it drives really nicely. I'm excited. Too shabby.
We're home! So how did we get to this point? Well, since international travel has pretty much been put off the table at this point, we had to decide what we're gonna do next. So we know that travel is always gonna be a part of our lives, and since we had planned this 16-month-long trip, we had this time set aside to keep traveling. And we didn't wanna just sit back and wait until international travel opened up.
And there's no guarantee international travel will open up anytime soon, and honestly, domestic travel might not open up soon as far as, you know, flights are concerned. We might not be able to fly anywhere. We had a vacation booked in Hawaii in June, and it doesn't seem like that's gonna happen. However, we kind of arrived at the idea to get a van and convert it because even if we had to social distance, we could do it in a van and we could get around wherever we need to, staying away from other people. And it fed perfectly into one of my lifelong dreams to go to all of the national parks in the United States.
Brandon has been talking about this for years, and it always was something that I kind of poo-pooed or I shooed it away for another time. But then this kind of seems like the perfect time to be traveling around in our own country in a van.
We really wanted to have a goal to center ourselves. I mean, being home has been very nice, spending time with Aaron's family, but we set out with this goal to travel for 16 months, and then all of a sudden we were back home working every day, you know, staying in one place. It was kind of getting to us that we didn't know when we would be able to make a plan again. So we took matters back into our own hands. We bought a van, and now we have a huge project ahead of us trying to convert this van and get it ready for hopefully mid-July when we could take off and start seeing the national parks around this beautiful country.
So our goal is to hit every national park in the continental United States. So that means 48 of the states, and there are 50 national parks within the 48 states. Some states have none, and some states have a whole bunch. So I've mapped out this epic road trip around the entire United States. It'll be about 5 months. So we're really hoping that we can get this van conversion within 2.5 months and set off in mid-July.
Really, the goal would be to finish this before Christmas.
Along the way, we would definitely be visiting family and friends. Hopefully at those points, we'll be allowed to be welcomed into people's houses. Due to the situation that's going on in the world right now, obviously that is not what we're expecting, but at some point we would hope to be able to see friends and family while we're doing this road trip.
In summary, we have 2 hairy, audacious goals. 1, to convert this van to our dream van in 2 to 2.5 months, and then after that, travel around the US for 4 to 5 months and see every national park in the lower 48.
So we have this dream plan of what the van's gonna look like, and we'd like to show you our initial thoughts. Of course, things are gonna change along the way, but we figured we might as well shoot for the stars, and then maybe we don't get that far.
Let's take you on a tour.
Woo! We got some
Hey! There they are.
How did we get there?
Like
5 minutes. So this right here is where the bed is going to be. We'll have the bed elevated probably to about this height so that all below will be storage.
Should be a storage place with like water tank on this side, battery and control system for electrical on that side, and then storage in the middle.
Here we're going to have a little bench so that we could sit and work and eat. We'll have a table that either flips up so that you could be sitting here on your computer or eating. And then here will be our kitchen counter. So we'll have sink, little counter space, and this is where we're going to put our window.
A mini fridge down here, and on the ceiling we'll have 2 vents, one over here, one above the bed for some cross ventilation. On top we'll have 2 solar panels.
Cabinets will be running this entire wall, all up there. Oh, another part. We're thinking about having this chair swivel around so that we could have a table flip up from here. So you could also be sitting at this chair and have usable space by the 2 chairs.
That's the plan. We'll see if it changes.
Yeah. We'll see what actually happens. Thanks, Aileen.
So before we really do anything on the build, we have to figure out the electrical layout so that we can run all the wiring, and then we need to do some insulation, sound dampening, and cut the holes for the window and the vents. That's what we have to do first. Right now we're just ordering everything. Since we're full pandemic, we can't just go to the store and pick up things, so we're placing all of our orders, which is pretty stressful, honestly. It's trying to figure out the entire system for the van, what you're gonna have in it, all the wires you're gonna run, and try to plan it out so I can order everything at once, hopefully not forget anything, and then we could get started next weekend. I wish we could get started right now because doing it is the fun part. I know it's a lot of work, but I'm ready for that. Planning it is overwhelming.
And then my part comes in. I get to come in for the design aesthetic. Already coming up with a color scheme. I have ideas for the backsplash, the floor, the ceiling, the side. I'm very excited, but that part does not come in for a long time.
It won't come in for at least like a month and a half. I'm glad that she's thinking about it because I don't really care about that side of it. I want it to be fully functional, pimped out, electricity, running water, a pooper.
Pimp my ride.
Yeah, this is Pimp My Ride. This is my dream come true. Used to love that show.
Did you?
Yeah. So,
Facts about Brandon. Okay, this is where you guys come in. We need your help deciding on a name for the van. So we are between a couple, but we are also open to new ideas. We have Vanna White,
Vanny DeVito.
Vanny DeVito, Tav for Traveling Atlas Van, and instead of like Wanderer, Wanderer. which I think is pretty cute.
I'm not a fan of that.
Yeah. So we're obviously disagreeing. I love Vanna White.
I like
think that's
Vanny
amazing.
DeVito. So we might just end up calling it different things.
Well, if you know who Vanna White is, she's from Wheel of Fortune. She clicks the letters. She always wears a different beautiful gown. And if you know who Danny DeVito is,
Awesome.
he's an amazing actor. He's not from Always
He's not
Sunny,
from it, but he's in it, and he's amazing in Always
and
Sunny
that's
as
Brandon's
Frank.
favorite show.
Yeah, so Vanny DeVito is my front runner. Let's hear what you think. Drop it in the comments below. Tell us what we should name our van. I mean, there's a lot of hard work before we can
Yeah.
even name the van, but we're
But
trying.
I think that we should be able to call it something.
Yeah.
I think it's a girl.
Yeah, I mean, Vanny DeVito would work too.
She could be gender fluid.
And it's like zoomed in on us? Okay.
Welcome
to our new van. We got a new car. Let's see what we can do.
We bought a van! Welcome to our new van!
Welcome to our new van.
We're gonna take it to see the country.
We're gonna drive around this country. It's gonna see a lot of miles. And then this is the bed. Let me jump on it. We're back in Lynbrook. I don't know what I'm doing.
Hey, go straight.
Go straight? Let's make sure I fit. Woo! Snug fit. If I'm getting wide,
Wow.
and I'm being honest, Woo!
That was fun.